Science has long tried to explain matter, but one thing has been forgotten: the source of matter itself. In 2017, a long-hidden text by L. Ron Hubbard reopened a door. What if matter was just a reflection of spirit? In standard science, an atom is made of protons, electrons, and neutrons. Let's take a look at how an atom is structured. Since school, we've all had this image in mind. A tiny solar system where electrons orbit around the nucleus like planets around the sun. This model, although symbolic, is still widely used to intuitively represent the atom. But in reality, the structure of an atom is far more complex, and above all, much more fascinating. In an atom, a nucleus creates some kind of an electric box around him. Quantum electrons around the nucleus can then only take specific shapes called orbitals. The different atoms in the periodic table, a table listing all known chemical elements where each box represents a type of atom with its symbol, can then be built by increasing the size of the nucleus and adding electrons one by one. At the center of every atom lies a tiny core, the nucleus. It is made up of two types of particles: protons, which carry a positive electric charge, and neutrons, which have no electric charge. They are neutral. These particles are held together by an extremely powerful force called the strong force. You can think of it as an invisible glue that binds protons and neutrons together. The number of protons in the nucleus determines the chemical identity of the atom. Neutrons, on the other hand, affect the total mass of the nucleus and help keep it stable. Around the nucleus, electrons move at high speed, tiny particles with a negative charge. They have very little mass compared to the nucleus, but they take up a large volume. Electrons move within regions called orbitals or energy levels, forming what is sometimes called the electron cloud. The way electrons are arranged around the nucleus determines how the atom interacts with other atoms. But here, Hubbard redefines everything.
At the atomic level, there are protons which have a positive electric charge but have a longer wavelength and lower energy potential. There are electrons which have a negative charge, a lower mass, but have a shorter wavelength and a higher energy potential. There are neutrons which are in fact theta particles, being neutral or static with an infinite energy potential.
This puts consciousness at the core of the atom, linking physical law with the laws of being. Until the 20th century, scientists believed in the ether, a subtle, invisible field pervading the universe, but relativity erased it. Hubbard brings it back under a new name: the field of true static and unmeasurable. Infinite potential behind all creation. Science still doesn't know why atomic fission releases so much energy. Hubbard's answer: because theta particles implode and explode when the atom breaks. True static has no mass, no wave, no time, yet infinite power. It binds matter, or dissolves it. In 1952, Hubbard made direct contact with this frequency. He believed he had reached the wavelength of static, but the effects were overwhelming. Sometimes physically harmful, sometimes explosively enlightening. He stopped the research, but unknowingly kept using the frequency all his life. Everything, object, thought, trauma, vibrates at a frequency. When resonance is perfect, structure collapses. This is the principle of the infinity procedure. Use a point of true static, direct it at the area of charge, and let instant resolution occur. Composite case? Entities, masses, impenetrable barriers? True static can bypass them all. It's the deepest undercut ever developed, working below the mind at the subatomic level of the being. With Atomica revisited, Hubbard laid the final foundations. Dianetics, Scientology, physics, and the Thetan all converge into a single point: the true static. This is no longer theory. This is the next step of the bridge.